Hey everyone, it's a beautiful Saturday, and it's good to be back in the little bitty studio, even though it's not done yet. Still working on it as well as working on the rest of the house. But I've been like working so hard by the time that it gets like time for me to where I can, come on in the evening. I'm usually crashing out and I can't do that. So I thought Saturday, my wife gave me a little bit of a reprieve. I thought, okay, I'm going on and say hi to everyone, see what's up. I did. I did finish most of the painting inside of here, and all I have left is the trim. I got rid of my I got the desk on the way out, and I have a new desk coming on Wednesday to set up instead of this little thing I have right here. Hi, Raven. Hi, Winter. How are you? But only I have a couple of things I wanted to share that somebody sent to me. I'm doing really good, Aaron. How are you? It's a little bit warm in here. Am I sounding all right? I set this thing set it up at a very, everything was like not set up correctly, like, so I'm just now set everything up. Took me about 30-40 minutes, and so it's always not the same every time because I always have to like take everything down to work on the room and then put it all back again, and I'm not sure if I got like the settings right or anything, or if I'm loud enough, or sometimes I think I'm not loud enough when I come on. Yeah, I that's been the problem is I've been so busy. We're redoing our house, and it's really important. I didn't even realize how important until you do a room, and then you see how clean and nice and everything. Because we've been living here 16 years, and the same carpet, same paint, and you don't realize just how dingy everything is, until you paint a room and put new carpet in it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the whole rest of the house is freaking nasty, right? I mean, it's not bad, but nasty. And then I did this room, and then it was like, oh my God, I got to do the bathroom. I started in the kitchen, I did the pantry, and it just never, we just keep on going. And then we're looking at the curtains like, oh man, look at the curtains, so then it was like, in the rooms, I have curtains in here, I haven't hung them yet, but in the other room, the bedroom, we hung curtains and got it all together. Cool, I'm glad I sound good. Hey Jerry, hey Three Flash, you're in the middle of making dinner. I'm gonna have dinner in a little bit. Hi Connie, how are you? I mean, I have these paintings. I know some of you guys don't have me on Facebook, um, but only a really good friend of mine that lives in New York. She's an ER nurse in New York. Let me turn this up just a little bit here so I can hear me. Um, she painted some oil paintings, and one of them I can't, I have to leave it where it is because it's kind of like way in a corner with a bunch of stuff stacked around it. But I made sure that I had two of them that I could share with everyone. And I mean, they are so cool. I mean, it's so special to me. I even broke out my little Bigfoot necklace that I got from Bobo, and I thought this is really cool, a special occasion, And she says, what I'll do is I will put her email in the links, or down in the bottom. If you guys want an oil painting, or you want Dogman in it, whatever you want in it, or any kind of oil painting, that you would like. She said she'll even paint them for other people. But she sent them to me. Hey, Ralph, how are you, man? I've been praying for you, brother. But I'll show you. Like, this one right here has a wolf. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm not really sure. Uh, yeah, okay. Go back a little bit. Yeah. But it has that's like a dogman, and he's crouched down. He's on all fours, but he's really like it's a dog man, and it is so cool. And then I have another one. Oh, let's see. Kind of far from the wall here. This is a friendly little guy right here. And actually, there's more than one in here. Let me see. I don't want the light to shine on it where you can't see it. Guess I could get it a little bit cooler. Or closer, I mean. Cool, Aaron. I'll be praying for you, bro. That's what I'm good at. Praying. I actually believe that I actually believe we're in the middle of a spiritual war right now. I mean, just look at. I mean, you turn on the TV and watch C-SPAN, and watch these guys go after the deep state, and I mean, these are really bad guys. They think they're above the law. They think they could do whatever they want, and they're not going to be held accountable. And I mean, the dude was so smug looking. And every time he got in a little bit of a bind where, if he answered the question, it would like incriminate him or seem like that he was incriminated, all the Democrats that were in the room would rally up and start causing interference, and it was like, really, really, I mean, really. So I've been in the middle of the night. I wake up every night. I wake up at 3 a.m. And at first I was like, what in the world is with this 3 a.m. thing, why 3 a.m.? Then I started realizing that it was to pray. 3 a.m. is like the time when things go on, the dark things. So I started praying at 3, and one night, like 2 nights ago, I woke up at 3:33. I mean, I have a little clock by my bed, and I roll over and look at the clock. It was 3:33. I'm like, for sure, I should be praying. So I've been praying for everyone that listens to me, either, in chat or not in chat. It doesn't matter when they tune in. It could be a month, 2 months, 3 months. It doesn't matter. Prayer lasts. As soon as you know that I'm praying for you, then the prayers cover you, So I've been praying for everyone like crazy. I've been praying for our government. I mean, I like what's happening with our government. I think we've been getting screwed for so long that there for the last probably dozen years, I wasn't really a Democrat or a Republican. I didn't like either party. I didn't like anyone that they gave us a choice to vote for. I mean, I totally was, against. What I wanted really was somebody like a Trump, that is not a politician, career politician. I don't care if they're not experienced. if they're experienced in life and business, then they're good enough, because these other dudes are fools. They're crazy. They don't know what they're doing either. And just look at our economy and look at, all the street people on the streets and the drug problems. I mean, they've been having a war on drugs for 30 years, and, we never won that war. I mean, if they close the borders, maybe they will. But only I started realizing we're in a spiritual war. It's just there's a war going on around us. It's spiritual one, and it's spilling over into our reality. Okay, it's in a different dimension, but it's spilling over into our reality. And I think that's why there's more Bigfoot sightings, more aliens and UFO sightings, more Dogman sightings. Everything's been going crazy off the hook. And I think that's where it is. Hi, Angela, and Renee. What's up? It's good to see you guys. I thought Saturday would be a safe time to come on in the day. Hey, Ghost Wolf, what's up, my brother? But only we're in like with Ghost Wolf, I haven't talked to anybody, and I haven't even hardly checked my Facebook. I've been doing like all the doing the house stuff, getting the house ready, and I can't wait to get this whole room. Got the desk coming on Wednesday. Hi, Sonia. Only I've been realizing, like with Ghost Wolf, like the last time I talked to him, I mean, he's seeing more. He is kind of like a seer, or he sees into the supernatural, or the supernatural reveals itself to him, and he's seeing it more and more. And he's not the only one. All the other people I know that are sensitive, or have the ability to see in the other realm, they're seeing it also. They're seeing things, and scary things too. That there hasn't been one hardly nice thing that anyone sees. I mean, the war, like in this realm, we're winning. Okay, the light is starting to shine on the dark, deep state, and the deep state isn't just in our United States, it's all over the world. And all these guys are coming down. They're all going to go down. I'm telling you, I've been in a lot of prayer, and I feel in my spirit that this is the big one here, where these guys have to be taken out. The media is going to, everything that we know is going to change. And I want everybody to be prepared for this, because the finances are going to change. The only way to really knock these dudes out, the ones in in control of the media and controlling our government, the whole thing that they use money. Money corrupts everyone. So the only way to knock it out is they're going to have to figure out a way to knock out the money. Why do you think the gas prices are so high? They want the good guys to fail. They want it to make it look like the good guys are failing. They're not winning, right? We're winning. They're just putting up a big old huge fight. And now it's time for, like I was saying, I wake up at 3 in the morning, 3:33 in the morning. It's time we all start praying for this battle that's going on, not just for our own little owies, or whatever we're in. Like, sure, there's going to be things that we need to pray about for us, but it's really important that we pray that we win over this bad deep state, deep government all around the world, cabal, I guess you want to call it. But it's terrible. Yeah, see, there's hey Protean, what's up? the man, Ghost Wolf, you saw your own car crash. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody, the ones that can see things, they're seeing things. Like, I don't know how many people that I've talked to over probably the last 2 years, and I'm saying it started like 2, maybe 3 years ago. How many people's been having dreams of tsunamis, volcanoes, earthquakes? I mean, that, like, I've been getting almost everybody I talk to that is, I don't know what the name you call it, but they have, like, some people call them precog dreams or precognitive dreams. Some people call them visions. Some are just dreams, but they've been having these dreams. I mean, even my wife is having dreams of tsunamis and earthquakes. And so, I mean, it's like everything is going faster, more, the evil's getting more evil, and the battles are getting more, like, bad. You know what I mean? Like, they hurt more. More people are getting hurt by, financially, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So, but I kind of wanted to, touch on that a little bit. Was that we, like, there is things we can do, like, we were put in this realm. We were, like, we don't get to choose what family we're born with. We don't get to choose what country we're born in. We don't get to choose what religion or whatever that we're born into. We don't get to choose what we're gonna look like. So, but only one thing that we can do is we can pray. Like, we were born in this time, in this 21st century, at this time, to do something, and it wasn't running around partying or anything like that. It was, we were here to support, be like warriors. And it's time, like, it's time to start being that warrior, coming against this darkness, this evil that is running around. Yeah, see, now, like, everybody's in the Minster. Yeah. Wow, you were listening to Christian stuff when you got hit. Man, the fan's blowing my hair in my mouth. Yuck. Um, Only just be prepared, okay? And don't believe everything you see on the news. Well, that was one of the things I noticed. Like, I don't have time to watch the news every day, but only with YouTube, I'm able to catch up on the news. Use the Roku, and I catch the, like, I don't know, the recorded part of it. And what's kind of cool is I get to watch the C-SPAN and stuff like that. They kind of replay it over and over. So, 1, 2, 3 in the morning when I wake up and I do my prayers and I can't go back to sleep, I turn on the TV, and I watched a little bit of news. And what I noticed was they're not telling what really is going on. Like, if you really watch, like, you see live, or you see what the president was doing, and then when it gets reported by the news, they're totally not telling the truth. When they start, I mean, everything is distorted. The news is totally distorted. So don't go by that. Like, if you can watch the exact feed, the one where, the raw feed, the footage that of what they're talking about, so that the context of what's really going on, and then you really can see how bad the news really is. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny everybody's running around calling it fake news, because I don't watch the news. I didn't think it was that bad, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So, do your due diligence, find out. I mean, if you don't believe and swallow everything that is said on TV or even YouTube for that matter. I mean, there's hundreds of channels with all the different opinions and all this kind of stuff. Figure out what you're going to do, and then it's up to us to start like praying about it, like, let's win this war. Hey, Adolf, what's up, my brother? No Sasquatches in the Philippines, not yet. You'd be surprised what might be in the Philippines, though. Quite a few things, in the Philippines. Exactly, Sonia. Exactly. Research your own self, and then question everything. Even question what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, don't forget to pray against this bad stuff that's going on. Don't forget, it's bad, and it doesn't matter if we don't like the president, or if we like the president, or if we want to be a Democrat. It doesn't matter. What's going on is bigger than that, and it's all around the world. It's coming to a head. I mean, there's volcanoes, and there's earthquakes, and there's people starving, and there's perverts selling kids. I mean, like, it goes beyond the borders of the United States, and we really need to stand against it in prayer, because really the root of it is spiritual. It's a battle in another realm that's going on, and it's spilling into our realm. Luckily, we can do something about our realm. We can take a stand over here and pray against stuff like that, and we could pray for people that's having problems, like Aaron said he needs prayers. Everybody pray for Aaron. We don't even have to know what it is, because all we have to do is just pray, and it'll be taken care of. Man, I would be down for the hover car. Can you imagine, like, how bad? I don't know about where you live, but where I live, freaking drivers are crazy. Can you imagine when they don't have to stay on the street? Like, they just, like, fly over people's houses and just go anywhere. I mean, talk about thinning out the population. Oh my God, it'll be pretty bad. I should be watching the chat. You guys are talking about some good stuff. Yeah, that's right, Ghost Wolf. That is the truth. Pray about everything. And Sasquatch is worldwide. He actually is. And in fact, I've been talking with somebody, or I've been meaning to. I haven't had time, and our schedules haven't matched up. Only I've been gonna talk to somebody that hangs out with the Xanu. I think that's what they call them, Xanu or Xanu. Is that what they call them? The ones that live inside the trees, the Xanu. And he has something he wants to talk to me about the Xanu, and probably some kind of message, and according to Dr. Johnson, the Xanu is the Bigfoot, but they're not really Bigfoot, right? So it makes it more confusing to me, like, what is a Bigfoot then? Like, is there native Bigfoot that didn't come from another planet. Like, I don't know. It's getting all mixed up. Uh, it's pretty trippy nowadays. All kinds of things going on. Just be wary and always be in prayer, and don't question everything, and do your own research and learn the truth. That's all I can say. It's pretty trick right now, pretty tricky. For sure, man. I've been praying for everybody. And if I remember your name, I say your name. But if I don't, it doesn't matter, because he already knows. When I'm praying, he already knows who I pray for. Everybody that could hear me on this YouTube, and all my friends and family, and the government, and the other governments too, like all the governments that are hurting their people and taxing them to death and not feeding them and using the money for their own good, and not, like the president lives in a really nice house with, two Bentleys and stuff like that, and just right across the street there's people that don't own a car, a TV, or even have electricity or running water. I mean, like, in this day and age, everybody should have electricity and running water. Like, there shouldn't be, the basic necessities should be met. Greed is what is keeping that from happening. And so there's no reason for all that. And there's governments that take. I'm loving the president's going and demanding that everybody pay their fair share finally. Like, I don't mind that America gets to be the nice people. I mean, we really are. We're really good people. We help lots of people. But you can't help anybody if your government, or where you live, goes crashing down, right? Then you're not good for anything. So really, we do have to take care of us. And I like that he's going out there and he's standing up for us, right? I mean, he's going and making everybody pay their fair share. And I can't see why nobody would, even though he's a brash and guy, and he says things off the hook, I mean, like, totally out there, he still is doing it. And the other ones, the last, I don't know, as far as I can remember, I've been alive a long time, and I've lived through quite a few presidents and congresses and stuff, and they never did as much as this guy did, and they made a lot of promises, and I never seen anything. Never. Always it was take. We always wound up paying, no matter what the promise was. The worst in your imagination is what happened, right? Like, I need to get off of that, though. But I did want to. That was my main thing on coming on here, was to let everybody know there's a spiritual war in another dimension. We can do something about it. It's spilling over in here into our realm. It's causing diseases, sickness, cancer. Like, how many cancers have you heard of? I mean, who ever heard of diabetes? Like, when you were a kid, like if you're in your 50s and 60s, how many people you heard of diabetes? Like, maybe a neighbor or somebody had diabetes. Now, people in your own family right next to you, close to you, have, maybe 3 or 4 of them might have diabetes and cancer. I mean, like, things are going bad. You know what I mean? Things are going bad. And then at the same time, more earthquakes, more weather phenomenon, more climate change, whatever they want to call it. I think they're doing it to us. Most of it, this deep state. Just know we could do something about it. And that, just be aware and know you could do something about it. And I don't care if you're poor, if you're rich, if you're old, if you're young. It doesn't matter. If you can walk and talk, even if you can't walk and talk, you can still think. That's good enough. You can think of prayer. Yeah, see there, I mentioned cancer, and then somebody has cancer, and we just had like a sister that just beat it. She beat it, at least so far. So far they say it could come back, but so far she beat it. And she's not the first one, in the family. In fact, I was just thinking the other day, like, I am, let's see, I'm 11 years older than my dad was when he passed away. So I lived 11 years longer than he did so far. And I'm thrilled about it, because if it wasn't for, if he hadn't have had all those problems, they wouldn't have hurt me in the hospital. I actually got hurt by a test because they wanted to test me because of the family history of what my family history is. And they accidentally blocked the artery, and almost lost my leg over it, died a couple times. Wheelchairs and canes and walkers and everything. I'm at least I'm past that. Then one of the things though that I don't think a lot of people understand, when you don't really think about disabilities, like for me, like going squatching, um, I can't hike with everyone. I have to go where the squatches come to me, and they do. And that's really a trip, because before I used to hike and hike and hike. Now that I can't hike, I actually have found places where I can go sit down and they come to me, and that's scary a little bit, that it's like that, you know, that you could go somewhere and sit down and the squatch will come to you. I mean, wow, think about that. What a trip. All right, Sonia, I'll be praying for you. Love you. Man, it's been hot over here too, brother. I heard it's hot over in Scotland. I heard that. I heard that's where our president's at right now. Did everybody run him out of the country yet? you know. Yeah. Oh, well, like I'm almost done with the hard part, and I'm gonna be able to do some fun stuff here coming up. I kind of got into a little bit of a jam. The the next room I was gonna go after was my mom's room, and she don't want to do it. I mean, even though I know it'll make her feel better, mentally feel better, because you come in and everything's clean and new carpet and all that stuff, it affects you. I think that's why I've been so, like, on a roll, trying to get it all done in the house, because it actually is changing the whole vibes of the house, like the whole, like, especially when you're like me and you can only do so much and then you're done, like, so you have to choose what you're going to do real wisely. Otherwise you'll do stupid stuff, and then you can't do what the important stuff. So, because you can only do so many things in a day, and they're very, very limited compared to a healthy person. So I've been like doing all the things I can to get the house changed and get that. I mean, it feels different. I walk around and like, ooh, and my wife's like, "What's the matter with you?" And it's like, it feels good. I guess the colors and everything is all clean, and it just feels good. But my mom decided she didn't want to do her room yet, and so I'm almost done, and that means I can start getting the sky watches going, and the going out Sasquatching. I haven't even been out camping yet, and at first I was regretting it, because I haven't went camping yet. I haven't really went Sasquatching. Only with the trade-off has been good. Like, I'm feeling good. The house is all feeling good. So, and that means I could go out Sasquatching, and sky watching, alien hunting, all this kind of stuff. And when I come home, I'll feel really good when I get home, you know. And then I have a desk coming. I can hardly wait. I'm going to put a very smaller desk in here, and get this finally set up. I have everything set up on a TV tray in a box at the moment, and I've been having to move it around because we're trying to figure out how to make this room multi-purpose, you know. Yeah, I do have a cool, and in fact, I was just using it today, Ghost Wolf. We were having an AWAC plane flying around today, like came around like 5 times, and I was using that little monocular thing and checking that AWAC plane out. So I watched it go by like 3 times, and I thought, you know what, I need to get video of that. And I ran in and got the camera, set it all up, went outside, and it's like 104, right? 104 outside, real humid. There's some kind of storm in the mountains, and it's like bleeding over this way. So the humidity's like, I don't know, 20% or something. For us, that's a lot. I mean, we only have like 11% or 7%, never over hardly 11%. And I'm out there just sweating bullets for about 30 minutes, and the plane didn't come back. It was like, you know. So now I have my camera ready, so if I hear it, I can run out the door and videotape it, you know. But I'm gonna try to do a sky watch sometime this week, in the middle of the week, and I'll tell everybody what day it is. They don't have to show up because I know it's in the middle of the week and a lot of people work, and you know they don't want to stay outside all night. Only I've been really watching the skies. I really feel like there's some things going on, you know, and if I can get out there looking, I may be able to get some things on video, because I feel like something's going on up there, and I'm just missing it because I'm not out there. What's up, Fire Dude? And Bolt Gun, yeah, you ready to go squatching? Me too, man. I'm ready. I am ready to go. Flat out ready. In fact, somebody was going out tonight, doing some research tonight, and I'm not sure. Let's see. He didn't tell me what time to meet up with him. It says. It looks like he says right now. Oh, he's still going tonight, but he's on his way. I'm gonna go. "90 with 70% humidity. I would be dying." No, but I watch his videos in the middle of the night. I tune in, and he's one of the guys I watch on YouTube. I kind of identify with him a little bit. Like I started off watching his story where the Bigfoot were surrounding his trailer and scaring him real good, and so I watch him. Sometimes he goes off a little bit, like I think it was like he was talking about Dogman or something like that, a Dogman attack in the land between lakes, and he was crying and stuff. I understand, you know, but there was kids that got it and everything. But yeah, I watch him. I watch, not like every show he does, but only I watch. You know, I'll catch him throughout the week when I have time. Lately though, I haven't really been. I was on. I was on with Sword.9 and BZ the other night for 5 hours. In fact, they were on for 5 hours. I was on for a couple hours with them, And we had to do this really weird setup where it went through my computer, and so that everybody could talk, the three of us. And then I had to go, um, and my wife had to go to Walmart for some food and something else. So I had to leave, and I went and to Walmart, and then stopped at Sonic's and got the half off shake after 8 o'clock. And then I came back and they were still going. And then I sat and talked with them for another 2 more hours. But I heard that show got taken down. It we broke the YouTube policy, whatever that is, and the show got taken down. I'm not sure if the Bigfoot is protected by the Constitution. I don't even think he needs to be protected by a Constitution, tell you the truth. He's a ninja. He can disappear and reappear right in front of your eyes. They're massively big, fast. If you think that you're going to go hurt one, you better think again, because I would think it would take a whole team of soldiers to go after to really actually get one. Not a couple of guys. They would be eaten alive if you think you're going to go get one. So I don't even think they need to pass any laws to protect them. I mean, here we are in 21st century, 2018. I've been at this since like 30 years. I've been chasing Bigfoots, and they're fine. They're fine. I mean, we know where they are, but only like you take your gun or your camera or whatever, they can stay out of the way and avoid us like no other. It's crazy. Let's see here. Cool. So we're gonna go tonight and go check out where they saw the Dogman, where these guys saw a Dogman. So in the last 2 weeks, 3 Dogman sightings. 3. Can you believe that? Like before that, there was probably 3 in a decade. And now here we have 3 in just a couple of weeks. And the Bigfoot sightings are off the hook. I have a feeling the UFOs are flying all over the place, but nobody's really looking up. If people start looking up, I have a feeling you will see, because everything else is off the hook, people need to start looking up day and night, not just night, day and night, because I think that like I said earlier, this thing's spilling over into our area. Yeah, fire dude, over by the Kings River. That's where we're going. Probably around 10 tonight. How long is my hair? You know what? When it's wet, it's really long. It's all curly. Let's see, 2008. So that would be like 10 years. Let's see, it's been 6 or 8 years for me. Let's see, 2011 was the last time I cut my hair. And my wife was freaking out, and I told her I never had a ponytail. So, and here I am, like, in a few months I'll be 60 years old. And I told her, and I think I was 52, and I told her I'm going to grow a ponytail, because I never had one, and I can, you know what I mean? Like, everybody I know that was, by the time we hit our 50s, most everybody I knew that is my age, their hair was gray and gone, whatever they had left, there wasn't much, So it was like, I'm going to grow one while I still can. And then here I am, like, this is natural. I don't, I don't dye my hair or nothing, but I even the curls are natural. That's what kind of sucks. It makes it hard to take care of, you know. I wish it was like straight and stringy, you know, and I could just tie it back with something. But this freaking curly business sucks. um, it's near. It would be near Snake Road. I know Fire Dude knows where that is, but it would be near Snake Road. It could be. Do you have get it? There's an app that you can get for your phone if your phone could have apps, but only you can get an app that'll show you the planets and also tell you what if there's satellites out or the International Space Station, and you can pretty much narrow down, you know. But normally, if it's orange, the orange ones, that's a lot of people when they start reporting them to when I get reports of orange balls of light. So you might be seeing something. In California, yeah, California and the Kings River is a hot spot for Bigfoot and now Dogman. And like so far, I've heard of 4 reports of Dogman in the last probably 3 or 4 months, and 3 in the last 2 weeks. So it's getting, you know, a little wild out at the Kings River. In Georgia, I don't know if you could see it with your eyes. No, I've seen them. I've seen satellites cross when I was looking at the moon with my telescope. Only it was you barely could see it because of the focus, and I was just happened to be focusing in on the moon, and I wasn't focused on the moon. I was way out of focus. The moon, I almost couldn't see it, but then I seen the satellite go by. But if you do, like, normally they're so little that, you know, you need binoculars or something to be able to see them go by, because I don't know if you could see it with the naked eye. And then how fast it's going, like, you would have to know when it's crossing the moon, because it's going to go by the moon in seconds, right? Not minutes, seconds. So out of all the hours of the night, you'd have to know which, like, 8 seconds that to look at the moon to see it. You know, I mean, the odds are astronomical, you know, that you would see something like that. You'd have to almost see it every day. I mean, look every day and watch it for hours and hours and hours to catch that. I want to get, there's a new camera. I think you can go on YouTube and see it. I can't remember the name of it. Only it lights up. It isn't FLIR, but it lights up the sky. It lights up the area like daylight. I mean, you can see everything really good, really good. And I want a camera like that to skywatch. I mean, you can see things really good. I don't know if you can camp at Snake Road. It's like right close to the city. Really, it's just outside the city. Might be able to camp at the Kings River, maybe. I think it's only day use areas over there. I mean, we could probably sit in our car and stay all night, you know, as long as we don't set tents up and stuff like that. I don't think they would do anything. Well, that's really cool. You should get her the app that is, I think, Google Sky. I think that's a good one to start with, but Google Sky, and it tells the planets. And like right now, Mars is the closest that it's ever been to the Earth. And around, let's see, my time, Pacific Standard Time, around 10, 11 o'clock is perfect viewing time to see that. And but you can hold the phone up and move it around, and you can actually see where the sun is. Even though you can't see the sun, you can see it on there, and you can, it gives you an idea of what's out there. And it also helps if you're seeing things moving. It'll help to let you know if you're seeing something, or that's like an alien or something like that, or if you're seeing something natural. Yeah, it's pretty much private property, huh? Except for Avocado Lake. And only I know some people over there, so I mean, like, might not be too hard to go out there and hang out all night. There's a few places you could go and park and get out and hike around. I mean, I'm going to hike around a little bit. It's flat ground, so I can hike around a little bit out there. I'll let you know. I don't know exactly where tonight. I'm going with someone else, so man, that would be fun to do. I want to go camping. I want to hit and Baron von Strauss. He wants to go to Sawmill Flats, and that's another Dogman and Bigfoot zone right there, and lots of Bigfoots and a few Dogman over the years. On which side did you go swimming? On the this side, or did you go on the Upper Kings or the Lower Kings? Like, the Lower Kings is really cold because it's coming from the bottom of the dam underneath the lake. So it's really cold water, 50 something, real cold. And I heard it's still flowing pretty good too. I heard they're starting to let more water out, preparing for the winter already. From what I understand, they're expecting a pretty wet winter, so they're releasing water to make room for water for winter. And I mean, we had a pretty good year last year, but I heard it's supposed to be really good this year. And in fact, if you notice, like, I don't know if you guys watch the skies or anything like that. Over the last few years, when we were having droughts all over the western United States and southern United States, there was chemtrails, like, I mean, just all over the place. Well, there hasn't been very many chemtrails. Like, I'm looking out the window right now, and there is not a chemtrail in sight, and there hasn't been for days. I mean, it's absolutely been nice that they're not spraying all the poison. I mean, I'm sure they sprayed enough, though, to cause damage, a lot of damage. And actually, like, a lot of people say that we are the ones that created climate change. Well, we did, but it isn't like us. Our cars didn't create it. Okay, it isn't the carbon coming out of your car. If that was the case, because the cars have been spewing less carbon since the 70s. Back in the day when I was cruising with my 454 with a double pumper Holley 4-barrel, just spewing the carbons out, right? I mean, everybody's car was carbureted. And nowadays, you could have a 454 and it's got a computer and fuel injection and all that. It is not spewing the car. It isn't hardly spewing anything out. I mean, barely anything. And back in the 70s, we lived in a house where you could see the mountains. And you could only see the mountains on the days whenever, right after a storm, a rainstorm. That was when the sky was clean enough. I could see the mountains like almost every day now. So they can't tell me that the sky is, we're polluting more and more and more. We're not. We're polluting less and less and less. We have less pollution than ever. And so it isn't us, but it could be those guys flying in the planes spraying all those chemicals to create droughts and change the weather, because they have to back up what they're spewing, right? They're spewing that we're having climate change. So they have to make climate change in order to get everybody to believe it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Right on. Yeah, you're getting your short timing, huh, Adolf? It's almost, you almost get to, it's almost time for you to go visit. And I've been praying for him over there, praying for the baby and your wife, and for you, because I know how hard it is, brother. It is hard. Man, I was thinking about swimming in the Kings River. It'll kill me. It'll hurt. It'll hurt like crazy to get in the cold water, but oh man, it is so hot. Even the canals look good, and I grew up swimming in the canals. I'm not afraid of a canal. uh, yeah, I bet, man. It's been a while, huh? It'll be good. You know, that's a really good question. That's a good question, Pocket Pro. Is Dogman a werewolf? I think some of them are. Or there's a name that I'm just going to go ahead and say it. My some of my native friends tell me you don't say this word, but skinwalkers. Some of them are skinwalkers, and yeah, I bet you came out. I bet you came out all numb. So I know some of them are that, but some of them could be just Dogman, and I don't know that much about it like that. They're so far away from. I mean, there wasn't a lot of sightings here, so I didn't have a. There wasn't any reason for me to really research Dogman anything. Uh, but here now that we're getting sightings like every week, and sometimes twice a week. Uh, Now I'm starting to learn about Dogman, and I have a lot to learn still. Yeah, shapeshifter. It it could be that, like that. That's actually like the word I said, skinwalker. I'm not going to say it again though, but they just put a skin over them, like a wolf skin or a coyote skin, and then they can shapeshift into an animal. But usually it is a raggedy, ugly, like dead looking thing or walking dead type animal. And they say, my friends tell me that are, that live on the res around the areas, they say if you say that word that I said, it alerts them to come visit you. So I don't like saying that, like that. I don't say it. um I think they could be ghost wolf, like, I think they could. Yeah, I heard of the time portal in Arizona. What's up, Jesus? How are you? Hope you're keeping cool, man, because it's hot everywhere. Man, they were saying hot over in England. Everybody's melting. Hot over in Scotland. It is definitely hot where I live. It is hot. Yeah, that's what I hear too, and they do it. They will do it because they want the power. You know what I'm saying? Like that power that I was talking about praying against. They get like we have power in Jesus' name. Okay, they get power from the other side by killing one of their members of their family. That, like, I didn't really want to talk about this too much, but only that is what we're up against with our government and these banksters and stuff like that. They get power from eating babies and children, and that's why they're fighting so hard that not for us to not find out. That's why the media, they get their power that way too, and they use the power of the airwaves, right? And that's where they get their power. And they have power, think of it like this: like when Moses was telling the Pharaoh, "Let my people go," right? And he went in there and he had a staff. He threw it down and it turned into a snake. Well, the Pharaoh's magic guys, they threw their staffs down and it turned to snakes too. So I mean, they have power. The only difference was Moses' staff ate their snakes. So this is really what we're up against. That's why it's so important for us to pray. Pray for everyone. Pray for protection of everyone. I pray for everyone that hears this show, or my YouTube, within earshot forever after, for even years. If you hear this, I'm praying for you, for protection and abundant blessings for your family always. Yeah, if you really want to hear, like, what's that guy's name? Who's the guy that's saying everybody must get stoned? You know that guy? Who is that guy? He did an interview with 60 Minutes, I think it was, and they were saying, "Hey, you're in your 70s. How come you're still working? Why do you still on the road?" Yeah, Bob. He said, I made a deal with the big guy, the boss, and I'm holding up my end of the deal. And then the guy interviewing him said, who is that? Who's this boss, that's making you work? And he goes, he's the boss of the music. And he goes, he's the boss in this world and the other one and the other side. Right. So he's telling you exactly who he signed the contract with, who he gave his life up for to be rich and famous and a singer. And now look what he has to do. Look what he's doing. Yeah, he has to, when me and you would be, sitting at the beach or kicking it in the backyard barbecuing, he's on the road because he has to, because that was the deal. And just look that up. It's on YouTube. Oh yeah, you're right, Ghost Wolf, completely. And that's what we're up against. And that's why, like, Peter Strzok, he doesn't want to get caught. And all those FBI guys, that's what they're hiding. They're protecting those guys. I mean, that's how they've been getting power to be in the positions they're in. You watch. I'm telling you, it's going to get sick, real sick. You're going to be watching the news. Pretty soon, the news is not going to be able to hide it anymore. They'll have to tell the truth. And when they do, and America finally really sees what's going on, I mean, you could do your due diligence and you can find out right now if you want to. And I'm not just talking about America. I'm talking about every freaking country around the world. That's the power base, okay? That's who's in control. I mean, that's why England's doing Brexit, because who they're getting away from is bad, evil people. And, you know, I'm telling you, we're going to get sick. I mean, you're going to watch TV one day and you're going to turn on the news, and then the real truth is going to come out, and it's going to be like somebody's slapping you right across the head. Because we could have known, you know what I mean? Like, everybody could have known, but everybody's in denial. A lot of people's in denial right now. And I hate seeing it. I want everybody to wake up and start praying, and we can change the tide. We could be a part of the army, or the warriors that beat back this evil scourge of, you know, and it's on both sides. I mean, even the Bible says we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and powers of the air, right? The aliens and stuff like that. Man, I was listening to some scientists the other day, and it was not Christian programming. This was science, okay? I like science, and it was astronomy, and they were talking about odds, okay? Odds. The odds of our planet being able to have life on it, okay, like 10 to the, I mean, it's ridiculous odds. The guy said the odds of our planet having life on it would be the same as if you bought one lottery ticket every day of your life and won the lottery every single day that you bought the lottery ticket for every day of your life. Okay, like, what would be the odds of that if you bought a lottery ticket and you won the lottery every single day of your life? That's what the odds are that our planet has life on it. Is that crazy? Yeah, well, then they started talking about if there was one change in the planets or the cosmos, anything, light, dark energy, any of it, if there was one slight minute change, it would either have too much gravity for life, or it would have not enough gravity for life to form planets and stuff like that. So, I mean, we're living in, and then they were saying, like, time frame wise, like, they're astronomers, so when they're looking at the planets, they're looking back in time, okay? So they theorized that we are living in a 10,000 or 50,000 year window, 50,000 year window on our Earth. It's 4 billion years old, our Earth, but we're actually living in the right time where the sun isn't blasting and overheating or too cool or too far. We're actually living in the golden zone where we could have life, okay? But there could be, like, so they were theorizing that these aliens that say they're from other, Aldebaran or whatever, like way out there, hundreds of thousands of light years away, they're lying, because they never had, there couldn't be life there because of the way the timing is all set up. It's almost like we're actually like perfect right here. And they were talking about the other planets, the exoplanets. They haven't found one yet, not even in our solar system or our galaxy, that could really have life, right? So, it is interesting. You guys, you could check that out, man. Check that out. That is so cool. And they didn't believe in God, okay? They didn't believe in God at all. Then they don't want to. But now they're down to, okay, there was something created all of this, okay? They can't deny that. They're saying something created all of it. Now their argument is it some loving, caring creator, or are we like the ants, or like little bugs that just happen on our planet, and they don't really care about us or anything, that like we're like just like little ants to them, and they don't even notice us. They just walk by and crunch us or whatever. But they say there's a creator. Okay, there has to be a creator, because of the odds of everything is like too high to not be. I mean, it's really good stuff. I mean, if you're into science and stuff like that, you'll love it. You'll love it. And people like me that's been around the world and died and went on the other side and faced a few demons and stuff like Chris that sees this stuff. We already know it's real. We already know. And you could even test it for your own self in your own home, and with the things that you encounter every day. You could test it and find out for yourself if it's real or not. And you'll find out it's real. Man, somebody else saw a Dogman, Javier, just last week. We're going to go check it out tonight. Yeah, see, now there could be life on Mars because it's so close to the Goldilocks zone of us, but only to grow, to be able to grow, to have the kind of life we have. You almost can't have it on that planet. But that without that planet, we can't have life on Earth, right? If there wasn't the planets around us protecting us from comets and asteroids, because that's what they do, then we would be dead, and it sets up gravity and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not a scientist. All I know is it was interesting, and I love watching that stuff, and learning about it. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, in California, over by the Kings River. Over by the Kings River. Man, they closed off the Skinwalker Ranch. The government or something bought it up, and they have science and everything over there. I know some people that live close by there, and it isn't just on Skinwalker Ranch either. It's all around that whole area. They see things come out of like nothing and walk right by them like they aren't even there. But it's the most scariest thing they ever saw in their life. I mean, they're like pissing their pants and trying to get away, and then the thing doesn't even look at them. It just walks right by them. I mean, scary stuff over there. But only now it's starting to spread and happen everywhere. Like here, like who would have thought the Dogman would be all over the place over here? But now we've been having small animals killed and ripped apart, their blood sucked dry from them. That was last summer, and something like 20 something reports of it. Okay, sheep, goats, small animals, their blood was sucked out, and then their organ meat was eaten. The rest of it was left, like the leg meat and the muscle meat. It was all there, but only the kidneys, the heart, the lungs, stuff like that, all eaten. Just really a trip. Yeah, I do. In fact, everybody's going to get mad at me, but that's actually who I'm going out with tonight, is Jeffrey and Danny. We're going out tonight. They invited me, and I have a feeling it's because I could pray, and I could pray demons and stuff away. And I mean, like, you guys might think this is crazy talk, but I've done it so many times, even like right in front of Jeffrey and them. They feel safer when I'm around because of that. They don't have that. I think everyone has it, right? You just have to have faith. but I have faith, and I'm not afraid of nothing. Plus, I'm not afraid of death. I already died, so I'm not afraid to die. That's helps a lot, you know. It really helps a lot. But just because I'm going out with them doesn't mean I'm doing any shows with them or anything like that. Just doing some research and got invited, and I've been so busy and haven't done anything in weeks, so I'm gonna go, you know, just to have fun. You know, I can't wait, really. It might be, Sully, um, it might be exactly, you might be 100% right there. They might feel that, and I'm not 100% sure that all Sasquatches are evil either. Like, there might be real flesh and blood animals that, you know, that have just avoided um, man. But then there's some that are not flesh and blood, and they do things that are interdimensional and stuff like that, kind of like aliens, be able to disappear and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I read all the 411 books. I've talked to David Paulides 3 or 4 times. We interviewed him and was able to talk with him, not just on the show, but after, when, you know, like after the show was over and we were on Skype and sit and talk with him for hours. And even when we were like talking about doing a show and, you know, have a meeting with them and sit and talk with them, I mean, there's some weird stuff going on. Some of it really might be this child thing, you know, like a lot of them are kids. And I have a feeling that might be how they, you know, when I was talking earlier about how they get their power by eating children or drinking the blood of children, killing children. A lot of it might be that, you know. I think it's like different things. I think some of them get lost, okay, and just don't get found. You know what I mean? Get out there and slip off a rock, and that's it. And then I think some of them are picked up by Bigfoot and carried off and eaten. And a lot of people say, well, you know, there's not a lot of evidence for that. Well, you know, if you nobody ever comes back to talk about it, then how would we know? You know what I mean? There's hundreds of thousands of people going missing. Nobody knows, you know, but I do know that those things are out there, and they're big and they're fast, and they have a reputation for eating people that I learned from my native people. I mean, they would eat the babies. These things eat babies and young girls and little kids and stuff. So, and they would even eat adults if that was what the only thing that was around. So, you know, like, it could be a multitude of things. Now, the Dogman, that's a whole different kind of evil. Like, a Bigfoot is an opportunist. It will wait until nobody can see it take the person, right? The person just disappears, even if it's only 20 feet from you and just went around a tree or something. And then you go hollering for that person and they're gone, right? Gone. Dogman's different. It'll come and just murder everyone. It'll rip everybody's heads and arms and legs off and just trash everyone and drag them up trees and eat part of them. I mean, like, they're a whole different kind of evil, yucky kind of thing, you know. And I mean, everything I read about Dogmans is not good. I haven't read one good thing about him yet so far, and I'm trying to learn about him as much as possible. Yeah, I'm on early. I gotta go though. I have to go shopping, but I wanted to get on. I'm going to try to get on more often. I keep on saying that, but I'm pretty much done now, though. Like as far as painting, I only have a few door jams left. Um, so I'm going to be on, and I'll have a desk coming in Wednesday where I can set everything up. This is like a TV tray that I have right here, and I'll actually have it really permanent. I mean, at least I'm in the room and I don't have to like totally unpack everything. But only I'm not done, quite done getting it all set up how I want it. And then I have some things I want to hang on the wall that I shared earlier. You can see them behind me. There's some paintings that was given to me. Man, how do you like your new what do you call it? Metal detector. I was noticing you had a new metal detector. I was watching you use it. You were saying your elbow's all messed up. But yeah, and that it looked like a cool one. That's true, Sully. That is, man. Especially like after when you live in a house for a long time and it gets all dingy, like I was talking about earlier, and the carpet, like we've been here 16 years, never painted or anything, and you don't realize that it was dingy, you know. As soon as you did one room, it was like, oh my God, you know, I can't live like this in the rest of the house. I got to paint more, you know. I gotta get this place. You know, you don't realize, and then when you do one room, and then you gotta finish. You know, I can't stop now. You know, I gotta do the hallway and the bathrooms and the closets and everything. You know, yeah. My wife kind of. I would be taking more breaks, but my wife is the one really driving me more than I would be doing. I would take a break and get on here. Only she works my butt off, and then I wind up laying down and crash out like really early. Then I wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, yeah, and can't go back to sleep. You know, kind of crazy. But yeah, she's really hard. She's a slave driver sometimes when it comes to that. Like we were doing curtains and you know get oh look at the beautiful curtains, and we get the curtains, you know, and then we get them all hung, and then the next day it's like I don't like them. They look like a motel, or you know, they look fake, look like shower curtains. So then it's like pull them all down, you know, take them back, and then out looking for more, you know, find some more, get them all hung up. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, you know what? They're not blackout curtains. You can see through them. You know, we gotta we gotta take them back. You know, gotta can't have that. You know, so you know, it's been that, and then you know the paint like that color just isn't working. You know, just and I thought you weren't gonna do the green on that one, and that or like a turquoise, and I wanted it white, and then the other one was like, but only I thought you were painting that one the turquoise, and you painted it white. You know, it's like, oh man, you know, okay, but yeah, that's where I've been at. You know, that's where I been. That's what I've been doing. How's it going, Vince and Bobby? Man, I heard about the new Sasquatch movie. I want to go check it out. I really do. I've been kind of enjoying that. There's like two or three people making Bigfoot movies right now. I heard they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, man, I'm doing fine. The only problem I've been having is they put me on this patch, a patch, like a pain patch, and after, I mean, I'm supposed to wear it for 7 days. Only it starts causing heart attacks after like 4 days. And I haven't found the perfect place yet to put it on where it doesn't cause heart attacks after a few days. So, and I was talking, I just seen the doctor Tuesday, and he was telling me, I see him once a month, and he was like, it's supposed to be benign, you know what I mean? Like these things they're not supposed to, it's such a low dose. I'm like, I don't like drugs. So they have me on the very lowest of lowest. That way I could sit and talk with you guys and be coherent and stuff like that. If they put me on anything higher, I wouldn't be able to talk with everyone. How's it going, James? But this patch, it helps quite a bit, like the pain is not way down, but only bearable, you know what I mean? Like right now the fan is blowing. I have the fan blowing on me, so because it's so hot, and it feels like it's burning my leg, but only it isn't. I could get out of the fan and then it stops. You know what I mean? Like the burn will go away pretty fast. What I don't like though is the heart attacks. Once you start having heart attacks, like there's nothing you could do, you know what I mean? Like that's scary right there. So I ripped the patch off, but because it's a patch and it has to build up in your system, that means it takes a little while before it goes down enough before you start quit having heart attacks. And oh man, that's kind of scary. Yeah, I hate chronic pain, man. I really hate it. It's the worst thing ever in the whole world. But I do got to get going, you guys. I could sit here for 3 hours. Like the other night, I did a show with Sword Point and BZ. We were on for 5 hours, and I mean, I wasn't even sure if I could do the show, but only I actually did my work really fast so that I could get on with them. I didn't, and then I even went. I only had a little window, like an hour or two, and then I had to leave. But we set everything up on my computer, and it was going through my computer. Like I had BZ going through Skype on my computer, and then had him patched into Sword.9. If they did it any other way, we couldn't hear each other talking. So I was able to set it all up to where we all could hear each other talking. And then after 2 hours, I had to go. Take my wife shopping. And then I was gone like 2 hours, and I came back and they were still talking. It was like, yay. I sat down and talked with them for another couple of hours. Now that show, it's on Sword.9's YouTube, but I heard it got taken down because we got crazy a little bit. We got real crazy, and we were saying, things that you can't say, I guess, on YouTube. And Kaiser was saying that he would have had to edit. Like he wants to put the show back up, but he has to learn how to edit, so that he could edit out part of it and put it back up on his Sword.9 thing. But yeah, it was a pretty good deal. Yeah, we were telling the truth, but only that we got into some real serious sick stuff too. Like we really started talking about the deep state and the swamp and all that. I mean, we were getting down in, it was getting raunch talk. I mean, we talked about everything under the sun. I mean, like I mean, we talked about shooting, everything. Guns and fighting. I mean, like all the different things. It was great. I hope that he could get it edited and put on there because it is actually pretty good. Man, I'm with you. I'm with you on the getting cut on stuff. Yeah, in fact, that we talked about that too, Fire Dude, about like I think it was Kaiser was talking about when you go in the men's room and there's little holes in the thing and what happened, right? I can't go any further because I have a feeling that's something that got it taken off YouTube. But I mean, like that's what I mean. We talked about everything, you know. You never hear this in the media. No, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Uh huh. We did talk about that. Yeah. Well, you guys, I gotta get, but it was good talking to you. And no, I'm praying for you guys. Like I said earlier, I am absolutely praying for you guys. I've been waking up at 3 in the morning, and I've made that my prayer time. I pray before bed, and then at 3, I pray again for everyone. And I love and appreciate you guys. You guys are like the greatest. I like getting on and chatting with you. You guys are the best. But if I don't go pretty soon, the whip cracking person's going to be in here after me, you know. And I'll be in a lot of trouble. All right, you guys, you have a really safe rest. Let's see, what is it? Rest of the weekend. Make sure it's safe.